In this video, we're going to be talking about charging the clicker. Charging the clicker, or charging the reward marker, is vital to cat training because it teaches the cat to associate a sound with the delivery of the reward. And that's important because we want the cats to understand what they're doing to earn the reward. So if you're training a cat to sit, and they sit, you want to click, or you want to make your reward marker sound when they get into the right position, so that they know that when they sat, they earned themselves a reward. So what I'm doing here is I'm charging the clicker. What that means is it's teaching the cat that whenever I make the click sound, that it predicts a treat coming. This really helps for training later on because you can, for example, click whenever a cat sits, you can click, and they know that the sitting made the click sound happen, and that trains them to sit more often. So Luca has never been trained before, but you can see that she's getting quite interested whenever she hears the sound of the click. And you can test that by waiting until she's distracted, and then you click, and then she turns around to look for the treat. So that's the goal of charging the clicker, is to get to the point where the cat brightens up and looks expectant whenever they hear the sound of the click. So while it's important for you to click and then feed them the treat, it's also important to have some pauses where you don't click and then they don't get a treat. So they know the number one predictor of the treat is the sound of the click. She knew when she heard the click that the treat was coming. Aha! So at this point, Luca is ready to learn some behaviors using a clicker. Now, if you don't want to use a clicker, if your cat's afraid of the sound, then you can also use what we call a verbal marker. So here we use the word yes in place of the sound of the clicker. And all you have to do is the same process. Rather than click, you can just say the word yes, and then give your cat a treat. So don't forget that your cat doesn't actually have to do anything for you to say yes at this point. You're just going to, whenever, kind of at random, just say yes, and then give her a treat. And eventually, she'll learn to predict that when you say yes, that she should look for the treat. So now that you've charged your clicker, the sky is the limit as far as what you can teach your cat to do. Stick with us for our next video about capturing.